There we go. It's loading now. I don't know why it's loading so slow, but okay. Okay, so this is product to sum and sum to product formulas. Again, these are trig formulas that are going to help us convert different things from trig formulas. And on my math lab, you'll see that they will get a little bit more challenging, but it's basically just to practice to remember your formulas, to start remembering your formulas. So that's all it is. It's more practice to help you remember the formulas. So all this is about is practice, practice, practice. So let's see, I think we're good here. We can start. Okay, so here is your bell ringer. We're going to verify that the sine of alpha cosine beta is equal to 1/2 sine of alpha plus beta plus sine of alpha minus beta. Okay, so that is your bell ringer. Go ahead and get that down. And remember, when we're trying to verify an identity, right, which side do we always work with first? The easy or the hard side?
Hard side.
Hard side, very good. Again, in case I forget, if you want to participate during the discussion, just leave your mic open. If I start getting feedback on my end, I will mute you all, and then you can just unmute yourself again. Okay, so don't worry about it if you want to participate, because I know the mic off is sometimes a pain to put it on, pick it up. So it's up to you. All right, so let's see. I wouldn't know where to start either, right? Which on the right side definitely looks easier, but I don't know that the left side looks any easier. So we're going to recall some of the things that we've learned already and see if those can help us in figuring out how to solve this. We know that the sine of A plus alpha plus beta is equal to what? Anybody? You don't have to write this part down. I'll tell you when to write. Anybody remember that? If you don't remember, look it up in your notes.
Is it 2 sine of A plus B over 2 times the cosine of A minus B over 2?
Not quite. Sine of alpha plus beta?
Sine A cosine B cosine A plus cosine A cosine sine B.
Good job. Who was that? Was that?
Honey.
All right. Good job. I love it. Everybody got that? So that was that one, right? And then we have, good job, Leilani. And then we had another one, which was sine of alpha minus beta. What was that one?
It's the same thing, but it's subtracted.
It's the same thing, but subtracted. Good job. Right? So I remember that, right? That's what we learned before. These are the formulas I keep telling you that you have to memorize. Because next year, that's going to make your life a lot easier for those of you going into calculus, right? So let's say what if we took that top equation, right? And we flip the sides around. Okay, so we're going to write it the other way around, like so. But notice, we haven't done anything. All we've done is just change the order, right? If A equals B, then B equals A. Everybody okay with that? Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right. So we haven't done anything magical. All we did was swap them around, right? And then we're going to do the same thing to the bottom equation, right? We're going to take this equation and we're going to swap those two around, right? So go ahead and write those just like that. And what if we were to add these two together, right? What if we were to add these two together? What would happen? Can anybody see what's going to happen? What happens to the sine beta cosine alpha? Anybody? See these here, the sine beta cosine alpha? What happens to those?
Cancel out.
There you go. They're going to cancel out, right? Those two are going to cancel out. So those cancel out. And what am I going to be left with on the left side of the equation? Now I have sine alpha, cosine beta, but how many of those do I have?
2.
2. Good job, Jasini. It's going to be 2 sine alpha cosine beta is going to equal 2. And then I have what I have on the left side, right? I can't combine those two because they're different. So it's going to be sine of alpha plus beta, and then plus sine of alpha minus beta. So I've almost got to where I was trying to get to, which was sine of alpha cosine beta, right? But I've got 2. So how do I get rid of that 2? I have to do what?
Divide.
Divide. Very good, Leilani. I have to divide, right? But whenever I do to one side,
You do to the other.
do the other, right? So I do it to both sides, and those 2's are going to do what now? Those 2's on the left side of the equation are going to
Cancel out.
cancel out. Very good. So they're going to cancel out, right? So now I have what I wanted to end up with. Sine of alpha cosine beta is equal to, and then I can put that divided by 2, pull it out front and make it just a 1/2. Sine of alpha plus beta plus sine of alpha minus beta. And therefore my identity or my equation is verified, right? This is one of those product to sum formulas. Right? So we've just done an algebraic proof of the formula. And you can prove the other ones the same way. At this point, we're not going to spend too much time on the proofs. We just want to see how they work and start to memorize it, right? The proofs are important, but you'll probably do those later on in your math careers, okay? Everybody good with this? Take a screenshot, take a picture, write it down, give you a minute. Take a picture, it'll last longer. I know you all missed that. We're good, just no, maybe so. All right. We press on. We move on. All right, these are our objectives. Okay, we're going to use the product to sum formulas, and then we're going to use the sum to product formulas. They are not very difficult, like I've said before. None of the stuff that's left is difficult. It's just new, okay? And you're going to be applying all these new things together, and they are very important for next year for calc. So make sure that you commit those to memory. So let's start with our first problem, the product to sum formulas. Oh, well, the formulas first, sorry. Sine of alpha, sine of beta. Did anybody have a chance to take a look at the section and read it or take notes? Yes, no, maybe so. Who can help me out with this one? Okay, go ahead, Giselle.
It equals to 1/2, and then the brackets cosine of a minus b minus the cosine of a plus b, or beta.
Very good. Very good. Good job, right? Everybody got that down? That's sine of alpha, sine of beta, right? Sine of alpha times sine of beta. The next one, cosine alpha, cosine beta. We'll give everybody a countdown, otherwise just so you can keep going. 5. Anybody else want to jump in? 4. 3.
1/2 brackets cosine a minus b plus cosine a plus b brackets.
Very good. Good job, Leilani. All right. Next one, cosine sine alpha, cosine beta. Anybody else? We'll give them a countdown. Otherwise, we're back on Giselle. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Giselle.
That's gonna be 1/2 of brackets sine a plus b plus sine of a minus b.
Good job. Okay. And we'll have another countdown. We'll give Leilani the last one. Cosine of alpha, sine of beta. No Leilani, no Giselle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Leilani, you got it.
1/2 brackets sine A plus B minus sine A minus B.
Very good. Okay, so these are your 4 product to sum formulas. Go ahead and write those down or take a screenshot, take a picture. And now we're going to apply them. The idea here is just to learn these formulas, memorize them, because you are going to be using them. And as we just showed in our bell ringer, they come from somewhere, right? One of these should look very familiar, right? Which one looks familiar? Anybody? We just did it. It did. As our bell ringer. No one can hear me.
The third one.
Very good, Tanya. The third one, right? The third one, right? That's the one that we did as a bell ringer. And again, all of these can be proven. If you want to know the proofs, you can go online. I'm going to put a link to the proofs. I was supposed to do that yesterday. I didn't get a chance to. But you can see the proofs of all these. They're not difficult to understand or anything like that. Okay, they're algebraic proofs, so they're pretty simple to understand. All right, so let's take a look at our example 1, using the product to sum formulas. Okay, it says the product as a sum or difference. Okay, expresses product as a sum or a difference. So we have sine of 5x times sine of 2x, right? That's our first problem. So again, which formula are we going to use of the 4?
Sine A, sine.
Very good, just like sine A, sine B, right? Sine A, sine B. And what was sine A, sine B? Because you've got it written down now. Give me somebody, go ahead and take it from there. We'll give them 4, 3, 2, 1. Gisele, go ahead.
Brackets cosine 5 minus 2x minus cosine 5x plus 2x.
Very good. Okay, so this is the actual formula. And Gisele jumped ahead because she's already on point. She's got this down. Alpha is going to be? Alpha is
5x.
5x and beta is?
2x.
Very good, right? And since Gisele already called it out for us, alpha is 5x, beta is 2x, and I just substitute the values, right? All I'm doing is substituting alpha and beta. And now I have 5x minus 2x is going to be what?
Cosine 3x
Good job, cosine 3x, right? And then minus
cosine 7x.
cosine 7x. Good, Leilani. Okay. Simple enough. Yes, no, maybe so. Give you a minute to finish writing it down. Or take a picture or a screenshot. Extreme close up. Whoa. All right, we're good. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, here we go. We move on. Example 2. This is express the product as a sum or difference. Cosine of 7x, cosine of x. So which of our formulas are we going to use?
Cosine A, cosine B.
Good job. Cosine A, cosine B. Good job, Gisele. Okay, cosine A, cosine B, which is the formula. What's the formula, Gisele?
Half cosine A minus B plus cosine A plus B.
There you go. That's the formula. What is my alpha in this case? I will call on Martin, what is my alpha?
Your
Alpha is
1/2 brackets cosine 7x minus x plus cosine 7x plus x.
very good. Okay, so alpha is 7x. Good job, Martin. And beta is x. So Martin went ahead and jumped a little bit ahead, and 7x, this is going to be 7x minus x, right? And the other one's going to be cosine of 7x plus x. So you see, this isn't difficult, right? At this stage, it's just plugging in your values and then simplifying. Later on, you're going to have to use the other formulas that you've learned. And it's quite a bit now. In just 4 sections, we've had a ton of formulas that we have to commit to memory. So those will be committed to memory for at least 1 more year. The more you learn this year about these formulas, the easier calculus gets for you, right? So from here, we just need to simplify. 7x minus x is? Anybody?
6x.
Very good, 6x, right? And then we have 7x plus x, which is?
8x.
8x, right? So it's plus cosine of 8x, right? And that's as far as we can go with that one. Give you a minute to finish writing it down. And we press on. Hi, Nayara. Hi, Gabriela. I didn't say good morning to you guys. Hi, Maria. I don't know if I said good morning to you. Hi, Edie. I think I got Nicole earlier and Jasenia. And Betania. Hi, Betania. Hi, Giselle. All right. We're good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Find your icons. Find non-face people. All right. There we go, Nicole. All right, we're good. Good, Jasenia. Here we go. We press on. Let's look at example 3. These are your sum to product formulas. Okay, sum to product formulas. So if you've done these, help me out here. Somebody who's done them, sine of alpha plus sine of beta. Who's got that for me?
2 sine alpha plus b over 2 cosine alpha minus b over 2.
Good job, Leilani. Okay, so that's our first one. And then somebody, Leilani will give you a break in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Leilani, go ahead.
2 sine alpha minus beta over 2 cosine alpha plus beta over 2.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, you need this. All right. Oh, you're welcome. My daughter's obsessed with Baby Yoda, and she found Baby Yoda macaroons, and she would like to make them with my wife. So apparently that's part of my pre-calculus class. All right, next one. Leilani. Cosine of alpha, cosine of beta.
2 cosine alpha plus beta over 2 cosine alpha minus beta over 2.
Very good. And the last one, we'll give everybody a break, see if they've got something there. In 5, 4, somebody other than Leilani. 3.
Negative 2 sine of a plus b over 2 times sine of a minus b over 2.
Very good. Okay. So you see all these formulas that we've learned for chapter 5, they are similar, but they are different. This one is actually one that's very different because it's got the negative 2 in front, right? And all of these can be proven in the same way we proved the other ones. So you've got to be careful. The best way to do this when you have this many formulas is to, before you start working any problems, notice how I say that, before you start doing any problems, study them for about 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and then write them down. See what you remember 4 or 5 times each before you even start, okay? Study them for a while, then write them down, see if you've got them correct, and write them down 4 or 5 times each. So then that way, when you start doing the problems, your brain already starts to access that memory. these should all be very similar. If I asked you, what is the Pythagorean theorem? What would you tell me? Anybody?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Very good, Nicole. Your voice is back. Yay! So
Yes, finally.
they should all be just as quick as Nicole said that, right? All of these formulas should be almost second nature to you because you've used them so many times. So make sure that you practice enough and you write them down 4 or 5 times each before you even start doing problems, because then every time you're going to have to be looking them up, and you want to already be starting to think that these are just as easy as the Pythagorean theorem. All right, let's go and do some problems. Okay, express the sum as a product. So we have sine of 7x plus sine of 3x. So which formula do we need? Nicole, now that I get to hear your voice now, which formula is it? Or anybody else? Maybe Nicole doesn't want to talk anymore. She doesn't want to hurt her voice.
The
You don't
first
wanna
one.
lose. Sine of 7x plus sine of 3x. What's the formula?
Is it 2 sine A plus B over 2 cosine A minus B over 2?
Very good. Good job. Okay. So Betania will have you actually put in our values. What's our alpha, Betania?
Sine of 7x, and then beta sine of 3x.
3x, right? So alpha is the 7x part and beta is the 3x part, right? So now it's going to be what? 2 sine of. Go ahead, Betania.
Wait, did you ask me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just, okay. So 2 sine 7x, and then it'd be plus 3x over 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, wait, that's cosine. So we just
Cosine of.
7x
Uh-huh.
plus 3x over 2.
Not plus, but
Oh, minus, okay.
minus
Yeah.
3x over 2, right? So your alpha is 7x and your beta is 3x. That's all you're replacing, right? And from here, it's just a matter of simplifying. So we got to take this and we've got to simplify it. So the 2 sine still stays there. It's still the same, right? And now we've got to simplify the first part. Anybody? Okay, what's 7x plus 3x?
10x,
And then divided by 2 is?
5x,
5x. Good job, Nicole. And then for the second part, we have cosine of 7x minus 3x, which is what?
4x,
Divided by 2 is?
2x.
2x. Good job, Nicole. Give you a minute to write that down. Give me a thumbs up when you're good to go, whether it's a physical or digital thumbs up. All right. All right. Waiting on a couple of people. All right, let's move on. And next, we have express the sum as a product. Cosine of 3x plus cosine of 2x. So what formula are we going to need? Anybody?
Cosine A plus cosine.
Very good, Giselle. Cosine alpha plus cosine beta. Cosine A plus cosine B, right? And now what is this? What is the formula? Go ahead, anybody?
2 cosine A plus B over 2, and then cosine A minus B over 2.
Good job, Nicole. Okay, so that's our formula. What's our alpha in this case? Alpha is going to be what?
3x.
Cosine of 3x.
3x. Just the 3x, right? 3x, just like Martin said. Not cosine of 3x, but 3x, right? 3x is our alpha. What is our beta?
2x. Yeah, 2x.
Good job, Martin. 2x, right? And now I need to substitute those values in. You want to take it from here, Martin? Go ahead.
Would be 2 cosine 3x plus 2x over 2 with cosine 3x minus 2x over 2.
Good job, Martin. Okay. Go ahead and write that down. And now it's just a matter of simplifying. Does these seem difficult for anybody? Does it seem difficult? No, it's just plugging in and simplifying, right? Now it will get a little bit more challenging when you do your My Math app because you're going to start to apply some of the other formulas that you've had already. It doesn't get hard. It just gets, oh, different type of puzzle. A few more things to solve along the way. But it doesn't really, I don't think this section is particularly hard. Okay? All right, and now we just need to finish simplifying this stuff, right? So we still have the 2 cosine, and now we have to simplify this part, the 3x plus 2x over 2, which is going to give us what? Anybody?
5x over 2.
Good job, 5x over 2. And the other part, 3x minus 2x over 2 is going to
X over 2.
X over 2, good to say. Yeah, X over 2. And that is our lesson for today. Are you amazed or what? Is this the shortest lesson ever or what?
Yeah, it's pretty short.
Yeah, this one's short. So just to let you know, if you are done or almost done with 5.4, I would get started on 5.5. Not that it's difficult, but it's going to require you to recall some of the new stuff that wasn't necessarily so easy. So make sure that you start on 5.5 and start writing down any questions that you guys have. So when we do meet, you can ask those questions that you guys have. Okay, it's not difficult. Like I've told you, all the material we have left is just new. None of it is difficult. It's just new. This particular section is going to ask you to access stuff about domain and range of functions and a little bit of things here and there. So make sure you read the section, take some notes, and if you have some questions, things don't click for you, write those questions down so then you can ask them and then we can address them as a group. Before we cut class, let me take a picture for attendance, and then I will let you guys go. Say cheese. I got you all smiling. Oh, wait. I missed a couple people. Wait. Everybody showing up. There we go. There we go. I got a couple more people. Wait. Cheese. There we go. Gotcha. All right. It's very good to see you all. So if you have any questions or if you have some stuff that you can't figure out, please send me the questions and then we will address them.